Alright, welcome back to turn number 3, where we will be moving forward a little bit more. Alright, so, long story short, they were unable to break the siege. Ghjacobsen was, well, he was absent, so he had to be subbed. So, they did move forward with taking the fort back. Jeez, it's right in front of me. So they move forward. They also have Bolton leading the charge. Bolton has 20% extra movement points, so it's pretty much safe to say let's get the hell out of Dodge. So what I plan to do is grab everybody, put them there because they'll be in range of Stony Sept. There's a chance that Stony Sept could be, saved. Just depends on, if I garrison Atlanta or not. I mean, if it had 3 armored spearmen in it, perhaps they'd lose like 50 men. Here, I'll just show you how good their army is. So they have 4 armored swordsmen, 3 spear militia, and 6 men-at-arms. Jeez. I didn't count exactly how many they had. I just know that it's good enough and they have a great enough general and far enough movement points that it's just not possible to win. He got one. Anyways, they left Harrenhal undefended. They pretty much left this, like all 4 of these settlements are open for grabs, which is just ridiculous to me. Like, it's just you're taking these 2, and I have a power vacuum over here that I need to plug up, and I have forces that could make it over rather quickly. You've got to be joking me right now. You're giving me exactly what I wanted. So there we go. And of course I'll be taking this extra little general with me. So maybe I'll throw some money into that. We'll see. So this I could gain about 500, but if I do that, then I get 3,700. So I can just rebuild the port for a little bit less than half the amount. Now this part is going to be a little interesting. I'm glad I put Allard Massey over here because I thought maybe I'll need him in case I need somebody in range of this place. I don't know why, but just figured better do it. Also, we need to do something like that. So everybody would go over here. Everybody in range at least. Also, these 4 were not touched from battle, so I'm just pointing it out to you guys now that I can move them out as soon as the battle is done. It's just the rest of this, like they're all the generals I can't use. Imagine if I lost all 7 of these generals. Dang, that would have sucked. So I can grab all these. I'm going to put them over here this time. So pretty much I'm doing the same thing that I did last time with Roland. Probably won't lose as many. We'll definitely do a lot of quick saving. So next turn they won't be able to move this because they have defeated units on it, which means they won't be able to ferry any of their new units from Dragonstone or Driftmark, which is their capital apparently. Also their new ship, which is coming in, can't get from point A to point B without, getting they can't get the troops because they're out of range to jump over there. That's basically it. They go out of their way to get over there, which means they're going to be short, and they're going to be maybe about right there, which means the troops are going to be blocked off by this. So either this guy initiates an attack on this ship or this ship, in either way. It just depends which one, because if he does one or the other, I plan to throw an attack at Driftmark. And at the same time, I'm going to be going to be killing off Axel the Heir, finally. So, yes, we'll be throwing these guys over here to assist you. I'll have half a stack, which is not enough apparently. So about 900 men. We had about 1200 last time, which was not enough, but they had reinforcements this time. Obviously they will not. These guys cannot move, and Axel will die. Sunglass will be the last general in the north for them. Now it just depends which ship they decide to choose. Because if I can grab troops from here and move them to either Driftmark or Dragonstone. And also depends what happens to these troops. Because they could, break a siege at either place. Next turn, or the turn after this, it's just a matter of time because their extra naval superiority is going to be king. Which means I might want some sailors. But yeah, there's that. Also, you're pretty close to Night Fighter or Rain, so what I could do is grab him, throw that, grab him, throw that. And that has him at 3 loyalty, but 4 and 4. So there's that. Oh, I don't know if they have... Nobody has chevrons, because you all suck. So it's just a matter of plugging the power gap. Also, we'll need to put a gap over here because some movement is happening over here. Rainhouse and Tarth have been taken by Stannis. Also, Brienne of Tarth is like right somewhere in these trees right here. From scouting, that's how I know. So they also thinned out these areas. And apparently these were all infantry and not cavalry like I was thinking, so that's how I was safe. But I tested cavalry just in case. And there you go. But they forded me off, so I can't really get around. Which was smart. And I could possibly break through. I could pressure one of them. Just depends on where I would want to do that. Yep, that's pretty much it. I'll inform you guys what I do for the rest of the turn. All right, I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, now we're all finished. Everything is pretty much as it should be for this turn. This is how I pass it on to the next guy. So I got my 2 forts here that I just stole from Stark, basically. I pretty much abandoned Atlanta. I can't destroy the blacksmith because they're right there, they're right in range. It wouldn't be fair. So I just got a militia defending it. I decided to instead move my men to Stony Sept, which will actually give this general, quote unquote general, the ancillary for Stony Sept, which should be pretty nice, I hope. So yeah, so we'll recruit these 2 units. Hopefully they don't attack us, but otherwise we have practically a full stack if they do. Don't know if they'll utilize our forts or not, but Serret is almost in range of Golden Tooth. I decided to pull Davin back because he's in range of these 3 places and in range of Fair Castle once the ship is done. I don't know if he's in range of Banefort, but with the activity in the south, I saw there was a little bit of activity farther away, but it seems like they're mustering some forces against me, so I might have to move Davin down, or at least half of his men. So I'll probably take Lefford, grab half of his men, probably the lesser half, and I can train up another lesser half over here. So we'll maybe see how that goes. But anyways, I will be able to take out Salt Pans, Dairy, and Harrenhal next turn. They'll be able to take out a Transa or Stony Sept or both. Doesn't really matter to me. Hopefully Axel the Heir will finally die this time. They can't move in here. This is their final bit. They're edgy around the English. So he got Marks of War, and I got him to be a -1 command when fighting against us. So my idea is to go after Dragonstone, and if I have enough movement points for my ship, to besiege Driftmark as well, because I have enough troops. Because I'll be training up 3 more units here. I'll send everybody here to either Driftmark or Dragonstone to help. They don't have any Night Fighter generals. This ship, either with their ship, they actually can't get in range of this ship. It's literally a tile. They're 1 tile away. They're right next to it, but they can't initiate the attack with it. So they can either attack my ship pretty much, or just do nothing really. I mean, if I were them, I'd at least sink my ship, but meh. We'll see what they do. They could take Haven and Driftmark just to make it more difficult for me to move around, but the idea is, yes, I'll grab these men, throw them either to help with Driftmark. It might be smart to take Driftmark rather than Dragonstone, but eh. I mean, technically they'd have 1 unit of spearmen and a general, so that really can't defeat uh, 6 units of spearmen, even if they don't have the full armor upgrade. But that is that. I've also scouted down in the south. There's nothing in range. I'll do so next turn as well, just to make sure that I don't have to pull a fort out yet, but I will have the troops next turn to do it if I so choose, especially with that militia. But yeah, maybe I might make a push on the rest of the Riverlands here, because if they go this way, and if I leave, enough forces here, we will have just traded places, really. It will be interesting to say the least. I'm just curious, what are you gonna do with Robb Stark? What are you gonna do? Anyways, I'm gonna end it here, so thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you guys in the next turn. Berry night out.